Hello guys, welcome to my channel, and if you are new to this channel, you are welcome. In today's video, I'll be teaching you how to cut and sew this lovely dress that is displaying on your screen right now. It looks like a pinafore dress, but it's actually sewn together with the Ankara fabric. So if this is something you are interested in, please subscribe to this channel, drop your lovely comments, and share this video with your friends. Without wasting much of your time, let's get right into the video. I used 2 yards of Ankara fabric, half yard of white crepe, and 1 yard of lining. I've gone ahead to mark the starting line, the chest line, which is 4 inches, and the waist line. Now I'll be taking the shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches, divided by 2 is 4, plus half-inch sewing allowance, which is 4.5, and I marked. Then I took the neck width of 1.75 for both the front and the back bodies, then 1.75 for the neck depth of the front and 1 inch for the neck depth of the back bodies. Remember, I'm cutting both the front and the back bodies together. Her chest line measurement is 22 inches, divided by 4 is 5.5. I marked and I connected it to the armhole to form the armhole curve for the back bodies. At the shoulder line, I came down by 0.5 inch to form the shoulders lines. I determined the midpoint of what I have left at the armhole and I connected it. This will serve as the armhole curve for the front bodies. I marked 5.5 inches at the waistline and I connected it to the chest line. Chest line measurement and waistline is the same. I added 1.5 inches allowance. Please, this is optional. You can add more or less. I also marked 0.5 inch joining allowance at the shoulder line and I connected it to the one I already have. I'm going to extend the neck depth of the back bodies to my zipper allowance and I'll cut off this pattern. I'll cut through the back line first, then I will remove it and cut and trim off the armhole and the neck depth of the front pattern. After that, I'm going to use this pattern the way it is to cut my lining for both the front and the back bodies. I've gone ahead to do that. I'm going to bring back my pattern and pin the front and the back pattern together. And after that, I'm going to come down by 1 inch from the chest line. This is to get the design that we are working on. And at the shoulder line, I'm going to determine the midpoint of what I have and I will connect it to the 1 inch below the chest line that I just marked. Then I will give it a nice curve using my free hand. You can make use of a curve ruler if you have one. After that, I'm going to cut off the pattern. And this is it. Then I've gone ahead to cut the yoke, adding half an inch joining allowance to it. And also the Ankara fabric, I added half an inch joining allowance to join both the white and that is the yoke and the Ankara together. But if you be using 1/4 inch to join yours, you can add 1/4 inch while cutting it on the main fabric. I also marked the wrong side so that I will not be confused while joining it to the yoke. So now I'm going to bring out the yoke. I will notch the midpoint of the yoke and also on the fabric I'm going to notch the midpoints before joining it together. Now I'm going to place the yoke and the main bodies together, right side facing right side. Then I will pin it. After pinning the midpoint, I will go and start pinning from the top. I will not pin from the center. because if you pin from the center to the top, you are going to have excess. But the best way to do this is to pin from the shoulder. After joining the midpoint, you pin from the shoulder to the midpoint and everything is going to blend very well. It's going to be perfect. So I will continue, I will do the same at the other side. I will also do it at the back fabric. I will join the midpoint together, which is the zipper line. Then I will go and start from the shoulder to join it together. And this is it. You can see how it is. Then I will go and join it with my sewing machine. And after that, I'm going to notch it and I will give it a good press. While ironing it, while pressing it, I'm going to open the join allowance and I'll add it and I will press it very well so that it will relax. I've done that and I've also joined the shoulder. Then it's time for me to cut out the collar. The length of the neckline is about 15 inches. By 2 is going to give me 7.5 inches, and that is the length of the fabric that I'm using. I'm using this fabric as a template before cutting it on the white crepe. From the down part, I came up by 0.75 inches and I gave it a curve because it's a bishop collar. The width of my collar is 1 inch and I added extra 0.75 inches for the allowance of joining the upper part and for joining the down part to the main fabric. That is 1.75 inches is what I measured. And from the upper part, I'm going to come in by 0.5 inches, that is half an inch. This will prevent it from gaping and is going to wrap well on the neck. Then I will cut off. Remember, this was a single fabric, so I'm going to use it to cut the white crepe, and while cutting it I'm going to cut in double. I don't know if you understand. I'm going to cut the double of it. This is it. I will first join the upper part of the collar and I will top stitch. I will also join the shoulder of the lining. I will join the lining. I've done that already, you can see, and I will notch the center of the collar, the midpoint of the collar. I will notch it. I will also notch the midpoint of the neckline and I will merge it together and join. So this is it. I've done that, and the next now I'm going to do now is to join the lining. The lining, the collar will be in between the lining and the main fabric. You understand? I will join it like that and use the lining to cover the collar, and I will top stitch on the lining. I will add my belt and I will join the two sides, both on the lining and on the main fabric, using 1.5 inches allowance that I left while drafting it, and I will iron it open. This is it after joining the two sides together. Note that I joined the lining separately from the Ankara. I didn't join both of them together. I'm going to use my pin to hold it before measuring the armhole. I'm having about 9.5 inches for the armhole. The sleeve length is about 12 inches and the width is 8 inches on fold. When you open it up, it's going to give you 16 inches. I'm going to come down by 3.5 inches from the top to form my cap height, and I will mark it. After that, I will give it a curve, leaving about 4 inches from the midpoint. Note that there are so many ways of cutting per sleeve, but this is the easiest for me. I reduced the down part by 1 inch and I hem it. I came up by 1 inch from the hemline to create my elastic casing. But you can as well make your hemline big enough For your elastic to fit in, I used half-inch elastic and the length was about 7 inches. After passing my elastic with my safety pin, I stitched both sides together and I gathered it to fit the 9.5 inches armhole. For the skirt parts, I used double flare for it and I folded my fabric into 4. Remember how waist measurement is 22 inches? I times it by 2 and it gave me 44 inches. 44 divided by 6.28, which is the standard measurement for double flare, is 7.0. Then I marked 7 inches round, holding my tape at the pointy part of my fabric. I marked 12.5 inches for the length of my skirt and I will cut off. I've also gone ahead to cut out the lining. I will hem my skirt parts and gather it. Remember to split open one part of it before gathering it. I will do the same for the lining as well. I made this net to add to the skirt part to make it fuller. If you would love me to make tutorial on how I made the net, please let me know in the comment section and I will do that. I join all these together at the waistline. I also attached my zipper and I added little pleats at the hemline. This is the final look. Is it not giving, guys? Please endeavor to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Have you watched to this point? Please subscribe to my channel, drop your comments in the comment section and give me a big thumbs up. Thank you and see you in my next video. Bye.